Hello YouTube friends. It's been a busy few weeks and all the outdoor jobs at the smallholding have been sorely neglected, so everything is looking rather overgrown, but the wildlife have been loving it. And I found the quintessential hungry caterpillar from the famous storybook I remember reading as a child, except this one is missing the iconic red head. I just love it, it's so tiny. And there are spit bugs absolutely everywhere, covering everything. They're so disgusting. The wasp's nest is continuing to grow, and the wasps are active enough now to make me feel a little bit nervous about using this shed. These beautiful burnet moths are all over the fields. They're so gorgeous, and they're a type of moth that are active during the day. But they seem to be a little bit dim-witted, so I have to be so careful when I'm walking around or cutting the grass because they just don't move out of the way of danger as quick as other flying insects do. The elderflower are finally starting to appear. I've seen them blossoming everywhere else around me, but for some reason mine just haven't. But now I've been able to harvest a bunch and I've made elderflower cordial. I've also been harvesting roses and drying the rose petals so that I can make some of the recipes in this beautiful book. The tiny but mighty wild strawberry is also ready to harvest at the moment. Some of the raised beds have gone completely wild. It's surprising what a little bit of rain combined with a bit of gardener's neglect can do to a bed in a short space of time. And full disclosure, this is the view from my front door. You wouldn't even be able to walk out of the door if you wanted to. Admittedly, it's only the postman that uses this door, but still. I was really hoping that I'd be able to stay on top of the growth in the ponds area this year, but seemingly overnight it's just gotten away from me, and now it's going to be another season where this area is totally inaccessible until everything dies back in the winter. I'm really fortunate that one of my local garden centres is Farmyard Nurseries. They're absolutely amazing. I think they grow most of their own stuff. They've got over 50 polytunnels. But what I love most about them is that they've got the most beautiful gardens. The first time I walked through them, I was just astounded at how many things grew in what looked like a woodlands from the outside. And it showed me that with careful thought, a woodland can actually be a beautiful garden. Now let's have a walk through one of these gardens because I want to show you something. This is amazing. I need to go and have a look around it now. Amazing, isn't it? So needless to say, walking around in Farmyard Nursery Gardens has just given me a lot of food for thought, a lot of inspiration, and yeah, it's making me rethink a little bit what I want to do in my back fields. So, you know, I've got the 5 fields and I had ideas on what to do with all of them. The 5th field, the one furthest away, I wanted to put woodlands in there, more like a coppice woodland for half of it for firewood and the other half for biodiversity. And then the field next to it, I want to grow basket making willow, so I wanted to have like a willow labyrinth, because I thought, well, if I'm going to grow the willow, then I may as well have a nice labyrinth that I can walk through and be all meditative. And in the field, the other back field, the one that's a bit closer to the house, I wanted to have that as a meadow. And then the 2 front fields that are closest to the house, one is the food growing field where all like the perennial fruit and veg and stuff is, the annual veg garden, the polytunnels, and then the one next to it would be like more of a garden type of a thing. But so we've had this place for a full year now, but for the first, I would say 9 months of that, we were living between 2 houses. We weren't here full time, because we bought this house and we were still in the middle of renovations on the small house that we were living in before this. And yeah, when the sale went through on this, the renovations on that took even longer so that we could get it ready for sale, because we were then split between the 2 houses. And I had this idea in my mind that when I'm here full time, I will be able to do a lot more. And it's true, I can do more, but realistically, life gets in the way. I can't be out there on the land working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's just not happening. So yeah, I can't achieve as much as I thought I could achieve, and managing 8 acres by myself is a lot. It's a lot to do. And I'm finding that naturally the 3 fields at the back are just not getting the time, love and attention that the 2 fields close to the house are getting. Now that might change, you know, once the 2 fields are the front 2 fields are a bit more established, I'll have more time for the back fields. But maybe they won't. Maybe that's just the nature of the fact that because they're so much further away, they will always be a bit wilder and a bit more neglected. And, you know, my ideas for them were kind of in keeping with that to a certain extent. But now I'm thinking the willow labyrinth is just not realistic, because it will take maintenance, it will take care. And to spend all that time setting it up as a labyrinth and then not being able to give it the time and attention it deserves to keep it that way, that would just be, it would be a huge source of guilt for me, constantly like, I need to take care of that, I need to take care of that, and it's just not happening, you know. And you know what, I'm not under no illusions that having a woodland garden like what they've got in Farmyard Nurseries is going to be any easier than anything else, because I know it will still take an awful lot of work and maintenance, just from the fact that, you know, the woodlands that we've got that run along the river right at the back of the land, I know how much maintenance it takes just to have a path, a small path, just to walk through that. But yeah, I think it would be more forgiving if it was neglected than something like a labyrinth, for example. And yeah, so I know I've not done a video it's probably been, 3 weeks, 4 weeks now, but life has just really gotten in the way. So my husband was away. He was in London for just over 2 months. He was living with his mother because she had an operation, and it was really, really hard. I wasn't coping very well. He's a really good husband. He really looks after me a lot, and he takes care of a lot of the stuff in the house. And I was just not coping very well when he wasn't here. So he's finally come back. And then after he came back, we had visitors for quite a while. So, you know, you're busy with them and there's not time to just be out there and getting on with stuff. So, you know, I feel like really disconnected. I don't know if this makes sense, but I just feel disconnected from the core of who and what I am when I'm not out there. So now hopefully things are going to go back to normal, and I'm going to be able to spend as much time out there as I want to spend out there. And yeah, over the next few weeks I'm going to start feeling myself again. I think on the next video, I'm going to take you just on a little walkie around so you can have a look and see, see how everything's gone wild. But I've also bought some new plants. So I got a couple more, well, 3 more fruit trees and some ornamentals and stuff. So you can have a look at those. And yeah, it'll just be nice to catch you up on what's happening. And yeah, I think that's all from me for now. I'll catch you again next time.